March 1st, 2026. RAF Akrotiri, Cyprus. An Iranian drone crashes on a British base. The official line? Minor damage. Nothing to see here. But inside that wreckage, British intelligence finds something that turns this from an accident into an incident. Not just any component. A Russian-made, jam-resistant satellite navigation module. The Kometa-M. This is the same navigation system Ukrainian forces identified in Russian Garan drone debris. Now that same Russian technology is showing up in an Iranian drone, one that just struck a British military base.
Όπως και τα κομέτα στα Shahed, η εταιρεία τα Oglas έχει γραφεία στην Ιρλανδία κάπου.
In today's documentary, we show you how Russia, without sending a single soldier, has armed Iran with the technology and intelligence to strike America's most protected bases. This is the real role of Russian tech in Iran's secret war. RAF Akrotiri is a British sovereign base area in Cyprus. On March 1st, 2026, air raid sirens sounded here as an Iranian Shahed drone struck the runway. A second drone was intercepted. The Guardian reported the base sustained minor damage, with no casualties. But the evidence found in the debris was far more significant. The Times, citing the Daily Mail and British Defense Intelligence, reported that a Russian-made Kometa-M signal receiver was found in the recovered debris. It is a specialized digital antenna array that protects satellite navigation signals from electronic warfare and jamming. The Kometa family is manufactured by the Russian company NeuroIntelE JSC and is used in military-grade guidance systems. This meant the Iranian drone was not relying solely on indigenous Iranian technology. Rather, Russian military hardware was embedded inside it. This was not the first time. In December 2025, Ukrainian forces had identified Kometa-B in Russian Garan drone debris. In January 2026, the Kometa-M12 variant was found in the Garan 5. Now, in March 2026, that same technology was inside an Iranian drone that had struck a British base. Euromaidan Press quoted Ukrainian President Zelensky on March 6, 2026. Iranian Shaheds contain Russian-made components. This is something we understand for sure. 2 days later, on the night of March 3, 2026, at 1:30 a.m., Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
That Iran has broken through Saudi Arabia's defenses, it appears, been able to penetrate the capital, Riyadh.
Iranian drones crossed into the heavily protected diplomatic quarter of the Saudi capital, where the U.S. Embassy complex in Riyadh is located. This was a tandem strike. The first drone hit the embassy's outer wall, creating a breach. Immediately after, a second drone entered through that same breach and detonated inside. The Wall Street Journal reported, citing current and former American officials, that the attack also struck the CIA station located inside the embassy complex. 3 floors were severely damaged. The fire burned for half a day. Saudi authorities initially said only a limited fire and minor material damage had occurred, but Wall Street Journal sources revealed that part of the embassy was damaged beyond repair. Had this attack happened during working hours, it could have caused mass casualties. Former CIA counterterrorism chief Bernard Hudson said, "It was able to produce an indigenously made weapon, fire it across hundreds of miles, and put it into the embassy of their top opponent, which means they could have hit anything they wanted in the city." The question was this: CIA stations don't appear on any ordinary map in the world. Their location is top secret. So how did Iran get the exact coordinates? On March 17, 2026, the Wall Street Journal published a bombshell report. Their sources, including a senior European intelligence official, revealed that Russia is providing Iran with satellite imagery, specifically regarding the locations of U.S. military assets, warships, aircraft, and allied facilities. The Wall Street Journal reported that Russia gave Iran data on the locations of U.S. facilities in Jordan, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Oman. This intelligence sharing dramatically enhanced Iran's precision strike capability. An internal memo from a Western intelligence agency concluded that Moscow has likely played a role in targeting regional CIA facilities. If confirmed, this marks a dangerous escalation in the Russia-Iran military partnership. British Air Chief Marshal Sir Richard Knighton, Chief of the Air Staff, publicly stated that he has no doubt Russia is sharing intelligence with Iran regarding the locations of U.S. military assets, including warships and aircraft. Russia rejected all these allegations.
be neutral in this?
We are not neutral. No, we are neutral. We are supportive to Iran, of course, and we consider, as I have said, very negatively what is being done. And
the Kremlin called it fake news. Russian ambassador to the UK, Andrei Kellen, told Sky News that Moscow's position toward Iran is supportive and that Russia is not neutral. However, he denied direct intelligence sharing. Now, to understand how this technology reached Iran, we have to look at Russia's Alabuga drone factory. Located in the Tatarstan region, this facility started in 2023 with Iranian Shahed technology. Size beyond parallel published satellite imagery analysis showing that Alabuga SEZ started in 2021 with just 2 buildings. By early 2026, it had grown into a 17-facility complex, 116 buildings, 2.8 million square meters, and 67 housing units capable of accommodating 20,000 workers. This factory is now producing more than 5,500 drones per month. Russia copied the Iranian Shahed 136, upgraded it under the name Garin 2, and is now mass-producing it. In 2022, Iran gave Russia Shahed drones. Russia produced them at Alabuga, tested them in Ukraine, and upgraded them. Now, in May 2026, Kiev Post reported that Russia is re-exporting those same upgraded drones from the Alabuga factory back to Iran. This is the reverse transfer phenomenon. First it was Iran-Russia, now it's Russia-Iran, and the drones Iran is now receiving are battlefield tested against NATO air defenses. America took notice of this situation. President Donald Trump warned Russia and China that there would be consequences if they provided weapons or substantial support to Iran. But there's a contradiction in Trump's statements. On one hand, his administration is investigating. On the other hand, Trump said, "I have no indication of Russian assistance." His special envoy Steve Witkoff told CNBC that Putin denied it in a phone call, and we can take them at their word. What is clear is that America has significantly increased its military presence in the Gulf region. Additional Patriot batteries, THAAD deployments, and naval reinforcements have been sent. So what can we conclude? First, physical evidence, Kometa-M navigation modules, confirms that Russian military hardware is now part of Iranian drones. These components were recovered from debris at a British base. Second, the sophistication of the Riyadh embassy attack, the tandem strike, precise targeting, the hit on the CIA station. All of this went beyond conventional Iranian capabilities, raising suspicion of Russian involvement. Third, Wall Street Journal reporting and Western intelligence memos confirm that Russia is providing Iran with satellite imagery and targeting intelligence. Fourth, a reverse technology transfer is taking place from the Alabuga factory. Russia is now giving Iran battlefield-tested, upgraded drones and components. Russia did not enter the war directly. It did not send its own troops. But through technology, intelligence, and diplomatic support, it enhanced Iran's capabilities to the point where Iranian drones are now targeting America's most protected facilities. This is an example of modern proxy warfare, where great powers don't fight directly, but instead give their partners the capability and intelligence to do the work for them. If you want to understand this topic in more depth, I'd recommend checking out the original reporting and satellite analysis from The Times, Wall Street Journal, Reuters, and Size Beyond Parallel. Their links are available in the description. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please subscribe to my channel NeuroIntelE and be sure to like and share. See you in the next deep research video.